Hello and welcome to a BWB Bear bonus stream. My name is Pat Bear and I'm here to hang out and hopefully play some Jackbox Party Pack 8 with y'all. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, and the blue emote. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you're not currently a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes, or you can opt to just be a lurker and not say anything at all. Okay, my volume is good right now. I am outputting audio from my microphone. Was a little worried there. Was a little touch and go for a second. Oh, we got here. Lord Crashington just subscribed at tier 1 resub. That's 37 months. Thank you so much, Lord Crashington. Hitting the old applause here. And Lord Crashington says, "Hi, hey Pat, keep up with the great work. Hope your things are going well and the funnies are plentiful." Well, thank you so much. We're gonna hit the applause there. Throw those emotes in the chat. Lord Crashington, thank you so much for your continued support. And you also hit the dance button. So it's time to dance. So when I go to New York, I'm hopefully going to stream that Saturday. It's like a hangout stream. That'll be Saturday the 27th. Saturday 27th. Hopefully I'll do a Saturday check-in stream. I do have that dance song on my phone. I won't bring the bell with me, and I won't have my stream deck because it doesn't make sense for me to set up my stream deck on my laptop just for one stream. But I will have that song, that dance song on my phone, so you will be able to redeem those points. Because that's the least I can do. Okay, so... yeah, if you're a subscriber, you can throw the emotes in the chat. If you're not a subscriber, you can just say hi and can hang out. This is a Jackbox Party Pack 8 evening. We are waiting to see if more people will arrive so that we can play some Jackbox, because we don't have that many folks here in chat right now, which is okay. It happens. So we're going to kind of kill time. We're going to chill out. You might wonder, Pat, do you have a backup plan if is a chill evening with not a lot of people? And the answer is yeah. I mean, I don't want a backup plan. I don't want to divert, my options. There are other things we could do tonight that don't involve a mass of people participating. And I could just play a different video game. That would be me playing PowerWash Simulator, because I haven't finished the last stage yet. I think I'm 60% done. So, like, I don't even think I would finish, but, like, I could do that. Pokemon Randomizer, I can't necessarily do right now because I'm not set up to do that. My controller is... I wouldn't be able to do that, like, on the fly. The other option would be Hearthstone. I could just load up Hearthstone. So those are options that we have. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just jump into, I think I'm just going to jump into PowerWash Simulator while I'm waiting for people to arrive. And we'll just do that. We'll kind of hang out in PowerWash Simulator, because that's not hard for me to, while we wait for people. That's not hard for me to get going. So I think we're going to do that, and I'm going to tweet that out. I'm playing PowerWash Simulator while we wait for players to arrive. Come into chat. So yeah, so we'll do that kind of like and see. Well, like I figure, because I could just hang. Did you think about getting the JB starter pack? You're gonna have to tell me what JB is, because I don't know what you're referring to, Lord Crashington. So you'll have to let me know what JB refers to, because the answer could be yes. Oh, Jackbox. Oh no, I didn't think about getting that. I have all those games. So the How should I put this? It is nice that it exists. I think it is very cool that it exists, that the Jackbox starter pack exists. But I have all those games now. There are some features with some of the games that are included that aren't in the present release, or their other releases that are beneficial. And it is on Steam, so it is something I could pick up. But yeah, the real thing is that I have TKO, and I have Quiplash 3, and I have Trivia Murder Party, and the upgrades to TKO would be helpful. We're never going to play Trivia Murder Party 2 again, so it really would be. And the Quiplash 3 has no upgrade. It's the same Quiplash 3. So it really would just be me spending right now $10, because on Steam right now it's $10. It would just be me buying $10 upgraded version of TKO. So it's not something that I think I would do. Quiplash 3 obviously writes rules. Okay, let me just look at. I'm looking at this here. Quiplash 3 has been fully revamped with new features. It's got localizations in languages it didn't have before, which is really nice. I don't know what the new features are, but I think I'm okay. And I guess it's easier to share t-shirt designs with TKO, which is fun, but like not $10 fun. That's my just opinion on Lord Crash did. All right, I replied to my tweet there telling people that we're gonna just check out PowerWash Simulator here for a little bit. I think that should be fun. While we see if more people want to join us tonight. I don't know. It's better than just hanging out here hoping. Oh, okay, and I gotta move me down here, which I will. There's me down here. Oh wait, actually, I'll go over here. Yeah. All right, there's me, and let's go into career mode. And yeah, I'm at 62% of the final stage. So we'll get into there. Hey, it's basically Atlantis. The last stage of PowerWash Simulator is goddamn Atlantis. So if you had on your bingo card that the last location would be Atlantis, you win. And then there's a gnome, and that looks cool. I like that our van, our power washing van, the helicopter that we power washed brought us out here, which I think is neat. That's a nice touch and a good reuse of materials. Also, the person that invited us to wash this thing was like, "Hey, so that statue's you, huh?" So apparently, this is a statue of us. And I didn't pick that up until I was explicitly told that. And I still haven't quite figured out what to make of that revelation. Okay, I got that clean. Very little left of that clean. We got to do the wall there. We can do this outside wall here, because that's ceiling, but that's the wall. Let's do... didn't notice that the fire chopper with the van had the van attached to it. Yeah, the fire chopper. So like the boat took us here, but then the chopper brought our gear, which is fun. Let's use this thing that our last time we streamed this, we unlocked this fine friend here, and okay, so that's the outer ceiling. This is the wall here. So we might as well make use of this fine thing, and then we're gonna do free controls where we don't move around. This is going to take a long time to get up to 100% on this job, but we're not doing that tonight. I don't think. We're just like killing some time, hanging out, power washing some stuff. In fact, we're going to move on to another thing. But apparently, this is us, and you can see there is a backpack, and I guess that is the trident. I guess. I mean, we are a water-based creature, but apparently we're fucking a reincarnation or a child of. I have not figured that shit out. What exactly this means. Oh, I want to do stubby. There's a text about what's going on with the statue, though I don't know if you had that already. I don't think there was text that was like, "Hey, that's you, huh?" And I think that was the last one I saw. And then I have you talk about lore of this game. It has been told that to me that that digger. Remember the digger we power washed, the like earth mover, like ground digger. Apparently, that was the reason the volcano is being weird is because the mayor was trying to mine the volcano using it. So you know, fuck that. That seems like a mistake. I think that was the last information. But yeah, basically they were like, "Hey, that statue's you, huh? That's weird." And I don't quite know what that means. I don't know what's going on there. But it's wacky. Wait, can we go messages? Okay, yeah, seriously. Come quick. They explain everything great. Number of cats at the marina, unbelievable. Let's see. How does it? That statue is you, right? And I was like, wait, it is. How does it feel to be worshipped as a god by an ancient underwater civilization destroyed thousands of years ago, years before your birth? A little odd. And then something weird. It's abandoned mobile mining drill. It's like broken in the magma chamber itself. The operation likely destabilized the whole area. What has the mayor done? So yeah, that's where we left off. And apparently there's more coming, which would make sense that they would like fucking give you some more information after that kind of revelation. But yeah, we're just gonna do some free cleaning here. Just power washing the floor here. Try to get a segment done. And again, folks, if you just tuned in, the plan is to do some Jackbox Party Pack 8, but we don't have enough people for that. Maybe doing it last month and this month, we did not give ourselves enough time for people to miss the opportunity to play Jackbox with me. We didn't give them a chance to miss it. But instead of just hanging out on the intro page, on my intro screen, waiting for enough people to show up, I decided I would do something, which is I do have to do more power washing, so might as well power wash some stuff. Again, I'm just doing like big sections here. We'll go back in and kind of clean things up later. But sometimes the tasks feel very huge, so it is fun to just go and use the big powerful washer just to clean a bunch of stuff, get a bunch of big sections, partially done, and get back in. I understand that there is at least some people who are tonight watching the Quake by the Lake, which is just because AEW only does like 4 pay-per-views a year, branded pay-per-views a year. They do specials on some Wednesdays where they name them to make them feel more important. And tonight's Quake by the Lake, which is a weird name for a thing, but that is the name of it. So I'm sure there are at least some people who would normally be wanting to hang out on a Wednesday. They're checking that shit out. They're having a good time with it. Which is fun. Like, good for them. I watched, most of the first hour. And I have access to the West Coast feed of TNT, so I will be watching the second hour, or TBS, whatever it's on. Both of them I have. I have the West Coast feed of it, so I will be watching that, the replay, later, the West Coast broadcast. So, that is how I enjoy AEW, is I watch the first hour as it happens live with friends in a Discord. We're chatting away. And then I watch the second hour by myself later in my cool down period from streaming. Could I do this on another night? Could I do this on a Tuesday night instead of a Wednesday? Sure, but I like having the Wednesday. I think doing Monday, Tuesday instead of Wednesday, Thursday would be bad for me. So and our bonus Wednesday streams have existed for quite some time. I mean, it mainly happened because I didn't work on Wednesdays, so it was easy for me to do it. But also, I do try to not stream on Fridays because the idea of streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday is not something that I'm interested in doing right now. Maybe someday I will be, but right now, all right, I just changed to free look or whatever they call this mode. Hitting the C button, it makes it easier to do kind of big areas. I should go back to the subway station and or the train station and do that, because the combination of this sprayer and free aim is something that would make that stage a lot easier probably. But we're already at 66%, so we're making some progress here as we power wash. And then we just we switch it to this, and we're just going to hit with the tab, and we're going to hit the areas there that we missed before. In fact, actually, we should switch to this, make it a little more powerful. There we go. That's powerful now. Now we're cooking with gas. You know, you don't really need a wide area when you're. Oh, there's the volcano. You don't need to do this with a wide area when you're using, when you're just doing touch-up. So, might as well touch it up. Which party pack is this? Asked Harold. Yes, very funny, Harold. No, so we're waiting. We're waiting to see if more people would show up because I did not feel like we had enough people to Jackbox party pack it up. So I am just playing some PowerWash Simulator. I'm on the final stage, which is a big like temple that is like very Atlantis vibes. Yeah, as I see if there are going to be more people interested in hanging out and playing some games with us, instead of just talking to the void with nobody here. So, you know, hopefully we'll get a mass of people. We're going to let people come in and go and as they want. If you were like, Pat, I just want to play Jackbox, I don't want to watch you power wash, and you want to jet, you're more than welcome to, of course, friends. But if you would like to hang out while I unlock some mysteries here and power wash some stuff, you're more than welcome to hang out. Ooh, that's got to get back. Now let me wash the bottom of that while I'm here. Just saw that there. Yeah, getting people is tough. That's why I hardly play Jackbox and stream anymore. Yeah, I mean, like, it is a stream that requires the audience to be willing to participate and to be a little more active. You can't say late, no problem, Harold. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. But yeah, you know, I hope we'll have enough people for Jackbox. This is not the first time that we have had to wait to see if there will be enough people to play, and I am okay with that. I am not mad or anything. I am just being a realist. I believe the last time, this was years ago, that we had to cancel Jackbox. I think I just played Hearthstone, which I had played the previous Wednesday. So I figured I could do something. I would add Pokemon, but Pokemon requires more setup because it is two windows, but one has to be larger than the other because it has to be like the two screens of the DS, because I'm playing a DS game. That requires more setup than I currently have. I have prepared. It's a special setup for that, and also I don't have my controller handy, which is fixable, but that is the situation. Oh, got that done, great. Clean this up, clean the walls here. Get your wall. Get your mural. That's the walls. Got to get clean. So yeah, we'll see if we get enough people to get some Jackbox going. If we don't, then we'll just power wash and hang out, kind of vibe. Tomorrow night, we're working on the Dragon Gundam from G Gundam. Excited to continue to work on that silly kit. We should definitely finish that. We already got like one arm done. And then we'll get started with what is the name of that thing? Star Build Strike Gundam. The Star Build Strike Gundam, which was bought off my Amazon wish list, and for some reason its name I cannot remember. I do my best, but I cannot keep that name in my head. Okay. For some reason the name of that kit just exits my brain. So that'll be the next thing that I work on. I'm just doing some segments here, easy to do segments, easy to accomplish. Kind of jumping around here, just getting a few things done. I think this is a good chance for the free aim camera. I was reached out to by a friend that I've not talked to in a while, who is currently in Los Angeles, and he was like, hey, I'm trying to reduce some stuff in my house, and I was in a Lego phase back in 2020, but I'm not right now. I've got some unopened Lego. Do you want any? And maybe my friend is going to send me 2 kits. You may remember that I built that Stranger Things, the Upside Down house. That was a gift from someone else who had built it and then sent it to me because he was like, I don't want to display this anymore. So this other friend is a little similar, although in this case, even if I think one of the kits that I might get sent is not bagged, but the other one, or they're not in box, but they are bagged and they have been opened. So I was like, yes, I will gladly accept that. We haven't had a big Lego kit here on stream in a while, so wouldn't mind getting a good size Lego kit to work on. So we'll see. Again, no promises on that, but looks like that might happen, which would be great because, again, when free is great, even if I'm paying postage, which I would be happy to pay postage. That's still something that I'm totally interested in making happen. Okay, well, that's different from that, so gotta do both these things. Yeah, these are different things. The ceiling wall and the outer ceiling are different, so we just go around here, hit these spots. And there is a big ladder for outside use, but it is a scaffolding ladder. We don't have any ladders that can work in here, so we do have to just use our sprayers and our knowledge of how to play around with geometry. Like we can jump, sometimes jump around in here, get a little higher up. That didn't work out great, but sometimes we can make that work. Parkour around a little bit if we got to. Just use the free aim here. Get this cleaned up a bit. The entrance ceiling. Okay. We can jump here. Get this going. Yeah, for these big areas with caked on stuff, I do like. The outside of the place had a lot of barnacles, which I thought was a good touch because this was theoretically, or not theoretically, this was storyline-wise underwater and then discovered due to the seismic activity that is happening with the volcano erupting. Suddenly this area has been revealed. Fun story. We're at 69%. Nice. See if we can get to 70%. Maybe get a little more story. Probably not till 80 though. Often we get more lore at 80. Although this is the last stage of the main game, so maybe there'll be another lore dump here. Look, yes indeed, Lord Grashton. Nice. All right, so yeah, we're not done with this part of the ceiling yet. So then we go around here. All right, oh, there we go. There's some dirt. Do this here. There we go. Got that done. Yep. Like again, just finding a section that hasn't been cleaned, cleaning that section, moving on to the next thing. We'll jump here. Just give it the big clean. Thanks everybody for hanging out, especially since we are not currently playing Jackbox Party Pack, which was the plan. We did this last month, so maybe I just shouldn't do it. Like, this might be the last Jackbox planned one until October, right? Because, I mean, I just won't plan to do one in September, and then we'll do it around the new game, which I believe is coming out. Actually, we're going to do that right now. We're going to look. Box Party Pack 9. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, it was announced then. Yeah, sure. Okay, first mentioned. Have they not announced a release date? According to the Jackbox Wiki, they have they've announced Roomerang, Fibbage 4, Nonsensory, Junktopia, and the final game, Queerzert. Queerzert? I don't know how to say that one. But they have not said when. Fibbage 4, that sounds great. But one would assume it's October. One would assume it's going to be October. But I guess they haven't put a release date yet. But I don't think we'll play Jackbox Party Pack 8 again. Unless we go back to it. If we're like really hungry for a game, you know, we do one of those like multiple packs. Like I only announced this one because I like Wheel and I like Job enough that I want to play them. But if we like, you know, we want to play like Quiplash 3 or whatever, we can always jump back. So I don't know. It's kind of how I'm feeling right now about all that. It's pronounced Quicksort. Oh, Quicksort. Okay. Thank you for the pronunciation. I would have learned it at some point, but I do appreciate you giving me the heads up there. Harold, giving me the helping hand on that one. Quicksort. Okay. Sure. We will probably check out Quicksort when we check out the games. They haven't announced a real... Yes, okay, it's a little too early for them to say. I mean, my assumption is that it's like middle of October because they want it out in people's hands so they can play it on Thanksgiving. But also it could be early November if they're worried. But one would assume that it will be out before American holidays season because it is such a great party game and is... For me, like, I know I'm not the only one that thinks of Jackbox as, like, a Thanksgiving game. And maybe some people, that's not at all. But for me, that feels like a very, like, oh, I'm with people, and it's the holidays, and it's time to play the new Jackbox because somebody has it, and we'll, you know, somebody has a Switch and put the dock into the TV, or has their laptop and HDMI cable, and looks like we're playing, you know, because everybody's got a phone, so we'll play Jackbox like that. Very much feels like a thing to me. Maybe that isn't for you, but that is for me. All right, so we got the entrance done there. We still have to go to the second floor. Let's go up to the second floor. See what's going on up there. We're going from the outside. As you can see, barnacles and shit. Still got a lot left to do here. We can just do this. Clean up a big section and go back. Oh, this thing makes short work of stuff. It was worth it how long it took to get all the money to get this triple sprayer. Because it really does cut through the grime so fast. So nice. It's nothing you find. You do miss some spots, but it does cover a wide area. And then you have to go back and kind of clean it up. But you are cutting through this stuff so well. Because, like, if I switch to, like, this, that'll work, but not great. That's barely cutting through. You can see. You got to really go over it. Same thing there. This does work pretty well. But the triple concentrated blast is where it's at. Once again, folks, we did want to play some Jackbox tonight, but we were waiting for enough people watching to have enough for some games. So I decided that instead of just sitting and waiting patiently, I would get some gaming going and play some Jackbox. Not Jackbox. While we're going to play Jackbox, playing some PowerWash Simulator, because it's important to have a backup plan. I don't always have backup plans for streams. Like, might as well clean while I wait. Yes, Lord Crashing. Let's get some, get some stuff done. For a long time, like, Hearthstone was always my backup because it's really easy to set up and, get running, and I can always play some games and whatever. And this has been a good backup as well because, like, what if I hated Bear and Breakfast? We played Bear and Breakfast, and I didn't love Bear and Breakfast, but I played it, and I had fun playing it. But, like, what if I hated it? What if I absolutely hated Bear and Breakfast, and I wanted to cut out of the stream? Well, then I would have jumped into PowerWash Simulator. So it is good. This is the second floor. I've watched a lot of the second floor, but there's still more to watch. So that's why, in my opinion anyway, it is nice to have some backups. Because, yeah, you never know, especially when I'm trying out a new game. Like, it could just... Or, like, my save gets messed up in something. It's good to have another backup. Or, in this case, as we said, just not enough people. Hey, Bobby, welcome. Just not enough folks to get some Jackbox in, so I got to do something while we hang out and see if we can get them. Well, we'll do this while we wait, which is a fine way to wait. And hopefully entertaining. Hopefully we're having a fun time, or it's a chill thing at least. And then, we get over 10 people or whatever, because it's not like, oh, we hit 6 viewers, that means we can play. It's like, no, that doesn't mean everybody who's here is even really here, because some people just, are checked out and hanging out. They got it on the TV, they got it on their phone, they're just, chilling. So we can't say, like, oh, we definitely have enough people to play, because some people don't want to play. They just want to hang out. They're not interested in using their brains or their comedy bones. I get that. Yeah. Hey, Pat and Chat. I want to out for pub trivia. Sorry I'm late. Bobby, don't worry about it. It's totally fine. As I mentioned, we have not hit the threshold that I think is necessary for getting some Jackbox in, because I think we'd just be waiting for people to join, and it wouldn't be enough. So I'm just doing some PowerWash Simulator, and we'll see if we get some people to come hang out. If not, we might even... Hey, here's the thing that might happen. I might call it early tonight. We might only stream for an hour. I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out yet. But we'll obviously we would still raid at the end and do all that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. As far as the rest of the month goes, there's 3 more Wednesdays. The temps finally broke here, so the highs are right around 80 for the next week or so. Hell yeah, Lord Crashton. Happy to hear that. The lovely low temperature of 80 degrees, but I feel you. I was just saying, I don't quite know what I'm doing for the rest of these Wednesdays here, because I got 3 more Wednesdays this month. I do think that next Wednesday will be... I would like one of these streams this month to be a new video game, but I don't know what that's going to be. If anybody has any ideas of things you think I should investigate, let me know. I do think one of these Wednesdays is going to be me. Oops. Well, I just fell to the ground, so I guess we'll go down here because I just fell and I don't feel like going back up there. I do think one of these Wednesdays is going to be me playing Pokemon, the Pokemon Randomizer, because I really do enjoy doing that. And then one of the Wednesday streams, I guess I wouldn't mind being a new game. And again, if you have a thought on what that could be. And then I don't know what the other Wednesday is going to be, because there are 5 Wednesdays this month. I was thinking maybe doing karaoke, but that would probably be the last Wednesday of the month, and my voice is probably going to be shot because I will be performing and hanging out and yelling at a wrestling show that weekend before. So maybe I don't want to do that. I kind of want to take it easy probably on that Wednesday, so that might be the Pokemon stream. So I don't know. I don't know what my third one is going to be. Like, I guess it could be a old wrestling. You know what? Hey, guess what? Next Wednesday, we're watching old wrestling. I've made the call. Next Wednesday's old wrestling. The last Wednesday of the month will be Pokemon because that is easy to set up and easy to do. Bobby, I'm going to get to your chat message there in just a second. And then the Wednesday in the middle, so not this next Wednesday, but the following one. I don't know what that's going to be, but it might be a new video game or going back to the well a little bit. But I don't think I'll do karaoke this month. Maybe that'll be in September. All right. So Bobby asked, Pat, I had a discussion last night after improv class, and the consensus was most improv people are also ska people. So since I started improv class, I've just been listening to more ska. Are you aware of the overlap between ska and improv? Well, so it is in my opinion no coincidence that improvisers also like ska, because I'm not calling improvisers. Okay, so one, ska is fun. Ska can be and should be, in many ways, depending on the artist, political and speak on environmental issues and unity and brotherhood, and can talk about serious issues. But also, ska involves trombone, and trombone rules, and saxophone, and like cool solos, and also because those instruments are not predominantly for any race of people, certainly, but ska bands, modern United States ska bands, are often filled with people who played musical instruments in high school and college, because they're like, hey, what am I going to do with this trumpet? What am I going to do in my life with all the years I spent learning the trumpet? Oh, wait, I guess I'll join a ska band. So, and again, that's not predominantly for any race. I'm just saying that, like, there are a lot of people, and if you talk about programs that have gone away, music programs have gone away for a lot of people, except for upper middle class white people still can have music programs. The very upper middle class can still have music programs. So you're going to have a lot of that. Now, are all walks of life welcome in improv? Certainly. Are there a lot of fucking young white people out of college pursuing their comedy dreams, or just trying to meet new people in their town that they move to? Are those a lot of white people? Certainly. So if you take that and put those all together, also, there's a lot of flannel t-shirts in improv and a lot of flannel t-shirts in ska. That's the lesson of the three. But I think it is a lot to do with it just being like it's good vibe music, and like improv has, especially comedic improv, which is the traditionally what most improv that you're going to see here, performance-wise, maybe not even study-wise, performance-wise, that's what traditionally you're going to see. You're going to see a lot of people that also could be down for some fucking ska. Seeing Mary play Cooking Sim made me think it won't go over well, seeing how much it was about your mastery of the physics of the ingredients. Yeah. So you may have picked this up, Lord Crashington, and other people in the chat. You may have started to put the pieces together that I don't do things to be bad at them on stream and get frustrated and make a lot of streamer faces and streamer noises. Like, that's not part of my deal. Now, have I played things that I'm not good at? Sure. We play Hearthstone. I'm not good at Hearthstone. I've never gone legend in Hearthstone. But I have decks that are fun, and I have a general knowledge of how to play them. I have, we put it on easy mode for Tunic. I don't do a lot of platformers on stream. That kind of sim, the cooking sim, is not my jam from the looks of it. because I am not here to play a thing and then scream and shout. That's why I don't play horror games because I'm a scaredy cat and I don't want to be scared. But I also don't play horror games on stream because I have not built an audience here of or a vibe here of me being like terrified on stream and like overdoing it. Yeah, I saw TikTok recently that said ska embodied the feelings of being 13 years old and finding that you have extra cheese sticks, and that stuck with me. Yes, that's a lot of ska. It's not all of ska, but it is a lot of ska. Is that like, hey, this fucking kicks ass. Let's have a good goddamn time. Like, there aren't mosh pits at ska shows. There are just a bunch of people skanking and giving each other plenty of room. Maybe bumping into each other, but very rarely. But it's a lot of people like dancing around and jumping up in unison. And they're ska. I've hugged the most strangers at ska shows more than any other music show I've ever been to in my life. Ska shows are where you end up like hugging people that you do not know. Because even they might be giants. One of like the nerdiest audiences in the world that I've ever seen is mostly just like cheering and politely clapping. No opening act has ever been booed at a They Might Be Giants show. I'll put it that way. They Might Be Giants audiences are like, I don't know who you are, but I'm intrigued by your performance. The Johns must like you, so I will give you at least my polite attention. I would want a cooking game that's less about making cooking hard and more about learning how to make stuff. The Cooking Mama games did before they mostly went away. Yes, Cooking Mama is a celebration of cooking. Most cooking games are beat the clock challenges or get frustrated and mad at your friends co-op games. And yeah, I would want like an easy cooking sim, and I don't know if that exists right now. So yeah, I would not stream myself playing Cooking Simulator. As I said, would like to brainstorm what I should do in 2 weeks, because next week I guess I'm going to do some All Japan and hopefully some All Japan women's. I've been trying to track down All Japan women's matches that are not like 480p uploaded 12 years ago. Like, I'm trying to get like at least decent uploads of them. Obviously the quality is going to be tough to find, but I've been trying to find that. Do my damnedest. I also have to like make sure I'm not showing videos that I already shown. I should have been keeping a tally and I didn't, so I don't want to double dip. So that's how I felt at improv. It's so welcoming and everyone's so vulnerable, but also still willing to give advice. Yeah, I mean, especially like improv for improv's sake, which, you know, like I studied improv at a place that like when I got there at the very beginning, nobody who did improv was on television, and then like John Ross Bowie was on TV. He was on sitcoms that didn't go anywhere, and then like Andy Daly was on like the last seasons of Mad TV, and then Rob Riggle got SNL, and suddenly you could use UCB as a credit, and then it changed. But even as a competitive place of like, hey, get improv, get skills, get training, and move on. Like, it's still at its core is like, hey, be silly and vulnerable and funny with people, and you can't do it alone. Like, it doesn't work by itself. There are solo improv, but solo improv is its own weird thing that I'm not against and I have done. But you know, it's a team sport. Improv and ska are both things for people that never thought they would be on a team. I guess that's my big takeaway is that why there's such a crossover there. Oh hell yeah, we complete the whole area. We're at 74%. Maybe we'll get some lore soon. I guess that's my big takeaway that has never occurred to me is the reason why improv and ska is so similar is it's for people, yeah, who never thought they would be like team players, that always thought that they were isolated. Probably also why Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, look, here's the real thing. If you were like, I play a lot of D&D, I wish I could be better at the table, you should take an improv class. And if you've done a lot of improv and you're like, oh, I never got into D&D, you'll have a very good time with D&D. if you have some improv training. But yeah, I've never coached this. If I was in a city where there was a big improv scene again, if I end up in that situation, which I would love to, where I can do some improv and coach some improv, I would love to coach improv for D&D players. Improv for tabletop, TTRPGers, because, or maybe improv for. That's actually a panel that I've wanted to do, but the people I would want to do it with weren't going to be at PAX Unplugged, so we didn't do it. But I would still love to do like improv advice for people who want to do that, especially people that want to do not let's plays, but like live play, actual play, D&D, like they want to record themselves audio wise or video wise. I think that would be really fun, but I would need I need Jacob Burgess there. Jacob would be. That's honestly we don't need more than me and Jacob. Beach Dairy would be great to have. I mean, he would also be fantastic. He and Jacob and Beach have done improv, like discussionary improv panels at conventions before. But I would love to do it with a focus on that. That's like a panel for PAX Unplugged that I want to do. I really want to introduce my improv group class to Fiasco. Oh, Fiasco is a game that I would never recommend to people that are scared of doing improv. I would say something like even Smack Talk Showdown. Smack Talk Showdown is the game that you introduce, that you play with people who like wrestling but don't know if they like that style of TTRPG or board games or tabletop games in general. Like, if you have people that just don't think that they would like it but really like wrestling, because it's just cutting wrestling promos. It's such a great introduction to that. And then people who don't know anything about wrestling but want to be hammy and fun and silly. All right, I'm trying to find all the speckled spots here and clean up this atrium floor here. We're so close to cleaning this atrium, but there's just a lot of shit left to get here. We got to try to get to 100% on this floor. I think then we'll get some lore. I also have Smack Talk Showdown. I use it for solo improv practice. Oh yeah, cutting promo. Hey, so Bobby, what you're doing right there is you're doing premise improv, right? You're doing an improvised character monologue, which is the promo, based on a suggestion from the cards. Yeah, you are doing premise-based improv. You are doing what some would call a short form game because you were given so much information. And if you were doing comedy sports or theater sports, you would already have a bunch of go-to easy lines in your head, because that is the not so secret about comedy sports is you play the same game so much that you have jokes work and you go to the well. But if you are not doing that and you're doing long form, then you are just doing a premise-based long form exercise. Yeah, character monologues are great. Cutting a promo because it gives you ideas. It gives you a jumping off point. I mean, I did a stream of that, right, where I invited some people. We did it in Google Hangout. I invited people to come and hang out that are wrestling people that are also gamers, and I gave them their character names and then interviewed them, and we just did wrestling interviews, and I think that was very fun as a way to kind of run the game if everyone doesn't have the cards in front of them, since I was the only one with cards because we all did it online. It was really fun to do. But yeah, I do want to do. There we go. We finished the floor. We are now done with almost everything on this floor except the ceiling. All right, let's try to get back up to the top. I'm trying to unlock more story stuff. So maybe we'll do this here. Try to get. That's gonna take too long to do this space. I'm trying to find one spot that I know I can complete here. So we can get in here. Yeah. Let's try to get Problem with doing this is we don't want to fall through the center because there's obviously it's open here. So we're just gonna try and do a lot of free cleaning here. Yeah. See if we can get this done and then see if we can unlock some lore at 75%, perhaps. Perhaps we'll unlock some lore. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna play Jackbox tonight, friends. My apologies, but I just don't think we're gonna have the turnout for it. So, again, we'll just kind of wait a while, a couple months before we do it again, and try that, which is fine. It's okay. But yeah, we'll do this for a bit. But yeah, I just don't think we're gonna have the numbers we need, which is okay. That happens. Again, like I'm feeling all right about that. I love to have an audience here. I love to have people hanging out in chat. I like playing Jackbox with people. That is a thing that I really fucking enjoy because I like Jackbox stuff and I like hanging out with the audience. Oh, cool, we got that done. But I'm also like. I'm a realist. Sometimes things don't work out. That's why it's nice to have backup plans. Bubba, he says, Pat, I really appreciate your improv knowledge. I love nerding out with you pretty much anything, but I really like to hear your feedback about my improv experience. Well, yeah, I'm happy to... Look, here's the thing. Bobby, you got to understand. One, obviously, you are a nice person, and you are a great contributor in chat, and I appreciate you very much for being here and talking. And I am happy that you were on a journey, and it is fun to kind of, talk to you about that journey. The other thing you got to understand from a selfish perspective, for Pat Bear being selfish, is I don't get to fucking talk about improv anymore because I don't do it, and I don't coach it, and I don't work in comedy theaters at the moment, so I don't get to, like, think really hard too much all the time about it. Like, I talk way more about wrestling than I do about improv right now, and that's like fine. I'm happy to talk about wrestling. I like wrestling, but like I don't talk about improv anymore. It's weird to me. So having the opportunity to do some improv chatting makes me happy. I'm happy to do it. So happy to chat about it. And hopefully I'm doing it in somewhat an entertaining manner for the people that don't give a shit about improv, but maybe like to hear me talk about stuff. That'd be fine. Honestly, most of my like talk about improv these days is just, oh, god damn it, I fell again. All right, well, we'll just hang out down here because I'm gonna keep falling. So let's just clean some of the ceiling here. Most of me talking about like the old days of UCB is related to wrestling because I am active in some wrestling chat rooms. Hey Harold, you have a good night. Thanks for being here. Thanks for spending some time with us. I'll talk to you soon, Fred. Yeah, it's mostly just like talking about the old days. For the reason my old days are like wrestlers. Like we were just talking about another thing went around about wrestlers and like body types and people being like talking about that, which is always nonsense to me because like yeah, big buff wrestlers are awesome. Giant wrestlers, very cool. But when people are like a guy with that body type, it's not believable that he could be strong, and it's like, then you haven't been in fights because like guys that look like Kevin Owens and guys that look like Eddie Kingston are the guys that I was always very afraid of. Like, I mean, I've told this in various places. I'll tell it here. One of the scariest moments in my life was at a bar hanging out with a bunch of professional independent wrestlers and comedians and kind of shooting the shit and being silly and having a good time. And then I said something, and I can't remember what it was. And then Eddie Kingston looked me dead in the eyes, continued prolonged eye contact with me, and said, "Good joke." And I've never been more scared in my life because I didn't know if he meant that or not. because that man is an intense motherfucker. And, like, I don't know. I saw Braun Strowman on the street once, and a friend of mine told him where he was looking for the Five Guys, and my friend that I was with told him where the Five Guys was. And Braun Strowman is a huge, muscle-bound giant man, but that dude was not scary at all. He was just a big man on the streets of New York looking for the Five Guys. No problems at all. But in the bar that I spent many weeknights in, like the place I was at like so much of my life, Eddie Kingston just telling me that he thought I had said a funny thing was the scariest shit in the world to me. God damn. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, hey, have I been in fights? Yeah. Have I been in a lot of fights? No. Have I been on, like, a lot of one-on-one fights? No, I de-escalate way before that would happen. But I've also lived in my life surrounded by dumbasses. That's my big thing, right? I have been in a lot of, oh, fuck, this is a fight now, huh? I have been in a lot of those. Because I am the sober one hanging out with a bunch of... I hung out with a lot of people that had Napoleon complexes, or should have quit drinking but didn't. A lot of that stuff. A lot of like, well, I guess we're doing this kind of things where eventually it's all going to fall apart. But like, dudes that look like Eddie Kingston, dudes that look like Kevin Owens, those are people that like you de-escalate with. You don't push around. Like, what are you talking about? Good joke from Eddie Kingston is either a compliment or the last thing you hear before you die. Yes, Bobby. Yes, exactly. It was that thing where I was like I did not break eye contact with him because that felt like I didn't know. Like, here's the thing. That could be a challenge, but also, like, I was just like, nope, I am not breaking eye contact. I'm going to wait for him to actually laugh more or to change the subject. And then somebody else at the table said something, and he turned his head, and I was like, woo, okay. Because I have no idea if Eddie Kingston likes me or not, and it does not matter. I would hope and pray he has never thought of me again since the couple times that we hung out in a group. It would be fantastic if I have never crossed his mind. That would be rad. But yeah, that was my 20s was spending a lot of time with people that like really needed to get their fucking shit together and wouldn't. That was okay. Here we go. Lore, guys. We hit 80%, y'all. There are traces of old luminous ore everywhere. I've never seen anything like it. Okay, luminous ore. Sure. I don't know what that means. So, sure. All right. I was hoping we would get a little more lore there. Hang on. There's something else up here. Okay. Here we go. Oh, this is the person that is at the volcano making some discoveries. So maybe we'll look out. An aircraft just shot straight out of the volcano and is heading your way. Wait, what? There's an aircraft? Is that the time travelers that have like the space shuttle, or is this something else? Because that was, or is this? Are we being hunted down by that stealth, that weird stealth vehicle that had a laser plane that we cleaned that didn't feel like it should be a thing that exists in this world? Oh, also, yes, spoiler alert, I apologize, I already spoiled it. In this world of this game, time travel is real because there are time travelers. So yeah, spoilers. Time travel is real in this video game. Alright, let's see. Well, we got more lore, so I was happy with that. The ending is wild, says Lord Crusher. Well, we're not going to get to that because there's still so much of the outer thing for me to do. There's all of the upstairs, and I keep falling while trying to clean it. So we're definitely not going to get there, but I'm sure there's stuff happening. So if you don't mind giving some last-minute improv advice, ask Bobby. Auditions are coming up soon, and our class wants to audition as one big group, but we're too big, so we need to split up. Any advice for dealing with upcoming drama? So, yeah, that's a tough one, right? Because people have their preferences of who they like to play with, right? Like, you're going to have to split up. If it's too big, you got to split up. My advice would be, Bobby, even if you do care about who you're going to audition with, be the person that says, I don't care how we split it up. If like, how about we do odds and evens, or like, how about we use a number generator or whatever. Like, just, even if people have opinions and they have like deep-seated thoughts about like who they want to play with and who they don't want to play with, I would say that you should present it as if it doesn't fucking matter, because it really doesn't. Because the real thing about auditioning, in my opinion, for improv, specifically for improv, for like house teams or groups or like whatever, advancement in classes, any of that kind of stuff, when you're getting into auditions for improv, it's about showing the fundamentals, and showing that you are a good scene partner. So, like, you should be able to audition with anyone. And in fact, somebody that, like, railroads or doesn't actively listen or whatever might even show you to be a competent performer, rather than playing with someone who, like, fucking gets it and is unbelievably hilarious, where you might, that's the selfish performer in me. But, like, really, it doesn't matter who you're playing with. Like, obviously there are people who are rough and are detrimental for the vibe, but really, it is just like it doesn't matter who in the group performs with who, and present it like that. Just be like, all right, we should split people up, whatever, we're all gonna have fun and be supportive, so it's fine. And then there will be some drama, because there's always drama, because you're dealing with humans with feelings. And also, when improv isn't fun, when it isn't like, hey, we're just trying to get better improv, when it's like tied to a system or classes, performances, all that kind of stuff. When it's tied to those kind of things, there is drama, because it's human nature for there to be drama. But like, stick to your guns, right? Like, if you don't like a coach because you think that they're not engaged or interested, or you don't vibe with a coach, like, you stick to your guns about like, hey, I just want to put it out there that I'm not having a good time with this, or I'm not feeling this, or like, hey, where we rehearse, I don't love, I have some options, can we talk about that? And the group's like, no, we like it here. Like, okay. Or, oh no, I love this coach. Okay. But you at least can like advocate for yourself. But if it's just something like, what should we name our team? Like, I have suggestions, but I'll go with the group. And like, it's not, at the end of the day, it's like, it's fine. It is what it is. We're just trying to get better at this. I'm not sure who wants to actually perform in a regular show, you, and who just wants to be silly with the new friends. So it's kind of weird. Yes, that can be tough, right? Oh, Bobby, that is an important conversation to have. It is important to know what people's expectations are. I talked about this with you, I think, on stream before, but I was in a practice group that we didn't have a name. We had like a steady coach, a time slot, and people would come and go, right? It would be like, hey, there's 11 of us, and hopefully we have enough. Everyone's paying for rehearsals if you come or you don't. And we're just trying to get reps in and whatever, auditions are coming up or whatever. We're not a group. We're just hanging out, right? Well, that changed. Eventually, like, there was a group of us that really liked performing in rehearsals together. We liked being together. And we were like, hey, oops, I think this is a team. Well, the thing I did was, I was like, okay, well, these are the 5-6 people that want to do this, right? And we'll invite, we'll get some people if we need it. But there are other people that have only been interested in this as a practice group. So I was like, hey, we're coming up with a name. We're going to book a show. If you just want to be in a practice group, this is your time to bow out, and no one will be mad. Because I had been in improv for quite some time, and I had been in groups that fell apart because people weren't on the same page. And I said, look, if you just want to be in a practice group, that's fine. Get in a great practice group. If you don't want to perform and you're not going to come, and instead you're going to feel bad or make us feel bad, this is your chance. And like one person was like, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't want to perform right now. I just want to get reps in a rehearsal space. And another person was like, oh no, I like that. Yeah, I think yeah. And then they ended up just stopped. They didn't reply to emails. And then eventually we're like, oh yeah, I'm too busy to be on a team. And it's like, you knew that months ago. I went out of my way to make it fucking easy for you to bail out. But yeah, it's understanding expectations. We're like, hey, what do people want from this? Because we should know. Because because it's time, energy, and money. When money is involved, you gotta fucking want it. Like if you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna take any classes, but I like y'all and I just want to hang out, is very different from I would like to come up with a name and figure out an improv form that we want to do, and book some shows and get some reps in rehearsals and figure out what our team dynamic is and all that stuff. If you want to do all that stuff, some people don't want to do that shit. But you need to know who wants to do it and who doesn't. Because otherwise it's just wasting people's time, energy, and money. Yeah, because for some people it's like, hey, this is the thing that I got the bug. I want to do this. This is all I want to. I want to do shows and then go to a bar after the shows and talk about the show we just had and the other groups and all of that. I want to have a 15 message chain email about entrance music, and all that. I want to pay someone to make a flyer that will only post on Facebook because none of us want to go and print flyers. We know where to hand them out anyway. There's that, and there are people who are like, I don't know, I don't want to bowl and I don't want to do trivia, but I do want to hang out and meet people, so I guess I'm gonna do improv. Oh, I like improv. I'll keep doing that. Oh, okay. Yeah, Wednesday night is me doing improv with a few people. Cool. There are differences, and you just got to know where people are at. It's also weird because our theater does group auditions, and if they don't pick up your whole group, then their house shows can give invites to people individually. I mean, that's normal. So yeah, so Bobby, the system I used to be in, right? You could audition as a group. You could audition by yourself and just be placed with people. They occasionally picked up whole teams, but most of the time they would just pick up individuals and invite them to be on teams. The fact that they don't do any random auditions is interesting. I actually don't dislike that because hopefully they're going to see you at your best when you're with people that you're comfortable with. So I definitely can understand that. And if they're like, oh, we don't want to pick up the whole team, but we like that person and there's spots to fill, that's interesting. I like that. I mean, like I said, I auditioned. I occasionally would sign up with people that I knew, but for the most part, I auditioned just hey, this time works for me. I don't care who's there. One time, the best audition I ever had was with somebody. My scene partner got put on a team and I didn't. And then eventually we were on a team together a couple years later, and I was very happy about that. And they had very nice things to say about that audition from their side. They were like, oh, that scene was so fun and effortless. We had never improvised together before, and suddenly we had a great audition. And I was like, oh, I hope someday I get to do improv with Achilles. And then we were on the same team a couple of years later. I was very happy about that. I also won my very first audition to be on a house team at the UCB. Was with my former roommate who owed me $600. And that was awkward. We didn't do a scene together, but we were in the same group. And I was like, well, I hope I don't do an improv scene with that dude because he owes me fucking money. So, Never gave him my deposit back. You can tell how long ago that was that my deposit was $600, but it was early 2000s. Early 2000s, far out Queens. Not by any good trains, Queens. $600 a month. Good apartment. Let's just see about cleaning these up here, and then we're probably going to wrap things up, because I don't think we're going to get any more lore until like 90% at least. But we can see how goddamn gorgeous that backdrop is. I love that. That's beautiful. And yeah, you can see here, there's the boat that I cleaned. The boat came out. Somehow, the boat must have had this scaffolding, I guess, was on the boat. And then, yeah, you got the helipad there, or helicopter there with our truck. One thing I like is making the most of existing show re-audition too. Oh, so it feels like cool competing. Okay. That's fun. And yeah, there's our, we can shoot it with water. So I still have a lot left to do here because I'm only at 84% because this is a huge goddamn job. But I think that is going to do it. Because, yeah, we're not getting any Jackbox in, so I think I'm going to quit out of this video game. And I do think that that is going to be the stream. Again, my apologies that we didn't play Jackbox. I do apologize for that, but it didn't happen. I wanted it to. It's just we didn't get it going. Oh, and also I'm dropping frames right now. So maybe that's the universe telling me don't. Yeah, because, yeah, I'm dropping a whole lot of frames here. We are going to raid, though. That is how we end every stream, is with a raid. I don't know who we're going to raid right now. But, yeah, I'm sorry that we didn't play Jackbox. And also, I'm sorry that my internet is crudden out. So I'm going to find someone great for us to go raid, and we'll hang out. If you're watching this later on on YouTube or whatever, you won't have it be a problem. But yeah, I'm just dropping frames and it is bad. So I'm gonna find someone for us to go raid, and then we'll go hang out with them. I don't know who that's gonna be. Oh, it's back. Okay, we're good. Let's go raid Heather, who is doing some. Well, no. Okay, no. Let's not raid Heather. Actually, what is Wiggins doing? We are going to raid Heather. Heather is playing Hades, so we're going to go give Heather a raid. I thought Heather was wrapping up, but apparently is not, which is good. So we'll go hang out with Heather. So feel free to come along on this raid. Lunar Jade is awesome. Checking out some epilogue stuff in Hades. So spoilers if you haven't finished Hades and want to go back to it. But there's some epilogue stuff in Hades. We're going to go hang out with Heather for that. So feel free to come along on this raid. Sorry that we didn't play Jackbox Party Pack 8. It's disappointing, but it happens. Sometimes things don't work out. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I will see you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, working on the Dragon Gundam from G Gundam, and then starting up the Star Build Strike Gundam. For some reason, I cannot remember the name of that kit. I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.